Hi everyone, it's Ashley with Going Crochetzy, and for this video I am bringing you on my market. As you can see, I'm bundled up. I'm getting ready to pack my car up right now. I figured I'd put you guys on a time lapse so you could watch me pack my car. As you can see, it is dark out and it is raining out right now. So I'm gonna try to get this done as quickly as possible so I don't get soaked. Thankfully, my hatch covers me when I'm packing my car up most of the way. I have my market in the morning. You can start setup at 7 a.m. I know where my spot is. It's fairly close to the door to unload through. So that's nice, even though it's like the back wall corner from the entrance. So it's all the way away from the entrance. But I've had this spot for the past 2 years and I kind of like the spot. I'm against the wall and it's just, you know, close to where you could load and unload. So it makes it a little bit easier for me. So I decided to keep the same spot for every year. And then everyone knows that I'm going to be back at that same spot every year, keeping that consistency going. But anyway, I have to be there at 7 a.m. to start unpacking and setting up my booth. So I have to pack my car tonight. It's only like 5:30, but it looks like midnight out there. So let's go ahead, stop talking and get some work done. I would say that was pretty quick. That might have been my record time for packing up my car because I timed myself and it only took me 5 minutes to pack my car up tonight. I would say 100% that was record time, and I got everything in easily, and now I can sleep easy for the rest of the night knowing all of my items are packed up ready to go for the morning, and I don't have to worry about doing that in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead, go upstairs and chill out for the rest of the night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. I am officially off to my market. I got a little bit later start than I was hoping to, but I'm still pretty close to schedule. My market opens at 7 a.m. to vendors to be able to set up their booths. So I wanted to get there nice and early and just be able to set up and then relax before people start shopping. And so my plan was to get there right at 7 a.m. when the doors open. It's about 40 minutes from my house. I left my house about 6:35, so I'm gonna get there pretty close to 7 o'clock. So slightly behind, but not to the point where it's gonna affect my schedule any. So you can see my car is completely packed back here. I did end up getting my lunch and my drink yesterday and just put it in the fridge for the night because I knew I wouldn't have enough time to do that this morning without feeling rushed. And so I have that all set and I can go directly to the market venue. I'm excited for this one. I'm hoping I do much better than the last one. I don't know. The last one got me a little nervous about how this one's going to go, but I think this one will be good. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck. And I did just remember I forgot to tag all the items that I made last night. I meant to do that this morning and it went past me, but that is why I always bring extra tags with me to my markets, just in case something is missing a tag, or a tag fell off something, or I make something at the market and I need to put a tag on it. So I always have extra tags with me. Thank goodness I do have some extra tags so I can tag those items. And now I'm just gonna go focus on the road and enjoy my drive, and I will talk to you guys when I am there. Hopefully I can get some shots of setup, but if not, you'll see me doing some customer interaction.
gotta come look.
Of course, you always have to come look and see what's new, right?
So I did a bad thing.
What's that?
There's somebody and she had a bigger nugget,
Oh, yeah?
and it was the same color, so I bought it. So now
So you have a mama and a baby.
I have a mama happy nugget and an angry nugget.
Aw, I love it.
I said, well, I'm cheating on Ashley. I had to have it.
That's okay. Going for the penguin. You're like, okay. Do you want a little bag for it, or?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I have a thing for
Mermaids? Yeah. Yeah, she, I love her. Her hair alone was my favorite part of her. It took a whole skein of yarn to do her hair because she's so big.
She is cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'd probably get destroyed if I hung her in my car, though.
Right. Well.
You don't understand. Her car is the mermaid movie.
Oh, is it really? That's so cool. Well, you know, that's funny that you say that because I brought colors today to make a Little Mermaid. I haven't started it yet though, but if that's something you're interested in, I could.
Definitely
Yes.
interested.
And then I can always take your contact information down too.
Okay.
So that I can send you like a picture of it or something when I'm done.
I would love that.
Okay.
What's your name?
Ashley. I'll have you like write down your name on there. Do you have like Facebook?
I do.
Okay, that's probably like the easiest place to go to.
I'm trying to think of what my Facebook. Do I have my phone with me? I think it's in the car. I don't even remember what my profile picture
Well,
is.
you can find me on my Facebook here too, because I have my Facebook on this card.
Oh, okay,
So
perfect.
you
I
could
can find you that way.
Yep, you could find me that way, and
All right, Little
it's so
Mermaid.
funny because I literally was gonna make Ariel today.
Hey, you made the right choice.
Yeah. And I'm getting some emotional support. because-
Perfect. You want a little bag for them?
Yes, please. Oh yeah, grab the duck too. I need the duck too.
Okay. Hey, how are you? Good. Did he? Was he like, my mom made those? That was awesome. Do you have a fan?
My husband, we have everything at Christmas time ready. Like, I have a whole collection. Like, over the years at everyone.
Sweet. Placement of the day and a miniature banana for my friend. The seagull is one of my favorites because he has a little French fry sticking out of his mouth. Although it kind of looks more like a Cheeto, like a puffy Cheeto, but you know, he's very deep in thought. He's. Are you guys Christmas shopping? Ah.
For Audrey, who's over there shopping.
Minecraft themed? No, I don't.
And Avengers, I know she likes Marvel everything.
There's some stickers.
Stickers. Well, we can keep looking. If you don't see something right away, we'll come back to it.
He might be a little out of your price range.
A little bit much.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the
If he likes a dragon, I have a couple dinosaurs up front. I have a whole rack up front that's $12 or less. That's a good choice. All right, so we want a bag that you can't see through. Oh, okay. Perfect. am done my show, and I've got to say that was so much better than the last one I did. As you can see in my car, there's a lot less stuff hanging out. Mostly because I ended up packing all of the stuff I had kept set up in the bags instead of outside of the bags. But it was a very good event. I can't wait to go home and see what my best sellers were versus not so good sellers. I have an idea of what they're going to be, and you can probably guess too. So put your comments down below of what you think my best sellers were from my little rack and my loaf cats, because the loaf cats are included in that. Let me know what you think my best sellers were for this market, and I'm definitely going to be going back next year. I did take a little roam around to see all of the other booths, and there was definitely a lot of variety, and I actually talked to a couple people that came to my booth that said, you know, they really appreciated how much variety is at this particular market. And I spotted 2 other booths that were plushie crocheters. One of them was a mix, well, both of them were a mix of things, not just plushie related. One of them was a lot of woodworking stuff, and she had the acrylic yarn crochet items. I see her at just about every event, so I wasn't really surprised to see her there. And then the other one had a lot of gnomes, and then she had some plushie items, and all of her plushies were also with the acrylic yarn. I was the only one there that had the plush yarn, and we were all spread out very good. Like she's really good at planning the spaces, and so that was awesome to see, and definitely worth my time, definitely worth my effort and my money to be there. This is a little bit more expensive than the last market I went to, and I think that's kind of part of the reason why I did better, is because she planned it to make it worth everyone's money. So it was a good event. I'll talk to you guys more in a little bit. So make your comments down below of what you think my best sellers are going to be. Hey everyone, I'm home now, and it's the next day. I got a good rest. I was so exhausted after yesterday. I don't think I've done this in the longest time. I fell asleep at 7 o'clock and I slept until 7 a.m. So I had a good 12 hours of sleep. I was just so exhausted. But now I'm gonna go into some details of how the market went and give you my best sellers for the day. So make sure you get your comments in below before I tell you that. I'll just go over a couple things before I give you that, so it gives you time to type in your comments. I had a really good time at this event. I saw a bunch of, fellow vendor friends that I know there. I was able to meet some new vendor friends as well, so that was cool. A couple of my neighbors were giving me tips on different markets that I could do next month if I decide to do another market, because I was telling them this was my last one that I had scheduled, and so they were giving me tips on which ones I should check out to see if there was any openings for. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not yet, but that was good to know. I definitely have enough stuff to be able to do another market, but I don't know if I'm going to, because I do have a lot of custom orders and things like that that I want to focus on. So we'll see. I did put out my Hydra eventually. Once I sold a couple things, I had a little bit more space, and so I pulled some stuff out of my bag, and the Hydra was placed in a spot, and I got so many comments on the Hydra. It was crazy how many people commented on him and like came over to pet him and pick him up and check his price tag and all of that. He didn't sell, but I'm not surprised because of his price. And I was just joking around with everyone saying how he's a one and done. He's an absolute original because I will not be making another one of him because he took so much time and effort to make. And so that was like the running joke at the booth, that he was a one and done item. So he was really special if you got him. But that was fun. I saw a lot of people from last year that came to this market and they came back, and I actually had a really nice conversation with one of the people that bought a little Leggy Frog from me last year. And so that was really cool. I remembered him from last year because he's like older. No, he's not like elderly or anything, but he's like older than me. He put it in his jacket and was walking around like swinging the little legs around in his jacket the whole time, like the time after he bought it last year. And I just thought that was so funny and cool and fun and nice. And so I remembered his face when they came into my booth again this year, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't 100% sure. And then sure enough, he picked up a Leggy Frog and he was like, oh, I got one of these last year. And I was like, I knew you did. You put it in your jacket. And so that was funny. And then we had a little conversation after that, and that was really cool. And so it was nice to see, you know, those repeat people coming through that I haven't seen at any other events, just this one specific one. So there definitely are people that only go to specific ones, and so it was nice to get to see them again. I also had some people come over to my booth and they said we had to come see your booth because one of the other vendors, you know, across the room said that my booth was their absolute favorite out of everyone else's. And so that was really cool to hear. They didn't tell me who it was, what vendor it was, but that was like, hey, cool. Like, made me feel pretty special that another vendor would say that I was their favorite. So that gave me a, you know, a little boost of confidence that other people, other vendors were, you know, boosting my table up from across the room and encouraging other people to come and look at my stuff. That was probably the highlight of my whole day, just to hear that, because that means a lot. I mean, there were 40 plus vendors there, and for them to say, go there because it's the best one was really cool. But okay, I guess that's everything. I guess you guys have waited long enough to hear what the best sellers were for my market. I bet you already know at least one of them, and I'm sure I'm gonna read a lot of the same thing in the comments down below because, you know, it was kind of clear in the final video which ones were a little bit more empty than others. And sure enough, the cats, the little loaf cats by Annie Caraway Arts, were the best seller for the day, with no doubt. You saw the full box at the beginning of the video and then the not so full box at the end of the video. And sure enough, they were the top seller. Coming in second were my stingrays. Funny thing, the blue and the teal went. I still have my hot pink and my coral. Like, no one wanted hot pink, no one wanted coral, and I think I only sold like one of the purple. So the stingrays in the blue is definitely more popular than the pinks. I just thought it would be fun to do like the pink color just for like someone that liked like a little bit more girly of a color, but obviously that was not the case. And so I will definitely be sticking with the more natural colors like the blue for next time. And then coming into third, it was a tie between my rubber ducks and my tofu turtles. They both tied. They're not like flying off the shelves, but they are getting some, you know, curiosity and interest. So I still have a few left of each, but they did do okay for the market, and so that was nice. Actually surprised at how many people picked up the smaller items this time, because usually this market is more for like my medium sized items, and this time around people were picking up some of my smaller items, maybe because I had a bigger variety than I did last year. Last year I only had like 3 or 4 small items, and this year, I mean, I have a whole rack full of small items. But they, you know, I heard a lot of people saying like perfect for a stocking stuffer or something like that. Like, so that makes sense that those would go because of stocking stuffers and everything. There were actually a lot more kids at this market than I recall there being in the last 2 markets. Maybe it's just because I noticed them more this time, because they did have more to look at. But it was fun to help some of the little kids shop. In one of the clips, you saw me talking to a little kid. Obviously, you didn't know I was talking to a little kid at the time, but he was looking for a gift for a friend or a sister or a cousin or something. And so he was kind of looking around and looking at the really big items. And so I was trying to steer him towards like more of like the $10 items. And he ended up going for the snake for $12, which was a good choice, I thought. And the adult that was with him was like, yeah, good choice. So that was fun. But other than that, it was a good market. I'll definitely be back next year. It was my last market for the season, as far as I know. A little bittersweet, but I am ready to really gear into making some custom orders for people and finishing up a dragon for my son, because he's been waiting on this thing since August. So I should probably make that for him, because he's been very patient with me, even though he doesn't want to be patient. He asks me often when I'm going to be finished with his dragon. So I should probably finish that up at some point soon as well. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say a goodbye to you guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you haven't already, and give me a snowflake emoji, since we are getting into the cold season. And I will talk to you guys all next time. All right, bye.